Dude, I don't know why you're coughing. You didn't even pull the carb. Premature inhalation.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Premature Inhalation on the station that's rocking the nation, RenegadeRadio.com. Mario Z here, everybody. First wanted to make sure I said thank you to anybody who got a chance to check out our very first episode last week. We got some really good reviews, and so for right now, we've still got a job. And in order to make sure we keep that, it's time to pay some bills.
Where's my money, bitch? I ain't gonna keep asking nice!
The summer months can be a great time for entertaining guests, and tidiness makes a big impression. Braun Brother Trimmers are here to help. With quality equipment and a gentle touch, they can trim any bush, big or small. Shapes available to really make your flower stand out. Edging, fertilization, one call, we do it all. Enjoy your summer. Let us handle the work. We'll work hard for you. That's Braun Brother Trimmers, 'cause no one likes a lazy hoe. Alright, now before we get into the news today, I had a song pop up on my playlist that I hadn't heard in a while, and I wanted to play that for you guys. This song goes all the way back to 1978 and was actually part of the inspiration for some of the lines in Guys and Dolls. Now, an interesting fact that I didn't find out until today was that this song was remade by the Fine Young Cannibals in 1987, who, if you might remember, had that one hit, "She Drives Me Crazy." That's about as good as you're going to get. And to be perfectly honest, the original version of this song is way, way better. So check it out, guys. Off of the Love Bites album, this is the Buzzcocks with "Have You Ever Fallen in Love with Someone You Shouldn't Have?" Alright, that was "Ever Fallen in Love with Someone You Shouldn't Have" by the Buzzcocks, which is a pretty cool name considering that they come from the land of cocks, cunts, and spotted dick. The band actually chose their name after reading an article that read, "It's the buzz, Cox." The buzz, I guess, meant the excitement of performing on stage, and Cox was another way to say friend. So next time you got a good friend, call him a cock. But right now, we're going to go find out what's going on in other parts of the world because it's time for...
It's news! Sort of.
All right, for this week's news, we're going to go to the place where everybody goes to cut loose, Albuquerque, New Mexico, where apparently newsworthy stories include somebody having a barbecue stolen. Now, when I first read this, I thought it was kind of a stupid thing to post as news, but the more I read it, the more I got interested in the story itself. So it turns out that Daniel Morgan of Pepper's Old Fashioned Barbecue, and for those of you who want to look it up, old is spelled O-L-E because Albuquerqueans are very witty with their spellings, apparently. He had been cooking a brisket all night for a catering job that he'd had. And between midnight and 5 a.m., somebody drove up, hitched the smoker to a truck, and drove off with a 1,700-pound, 200-gallon smoker. Now, I thought that was kind of weird that anybody would just be ballsy enough to do something like that. And what really tripped me out was how naive the guy was when they interviewed about him. He was actually quoted as saying, "What on earth do you think they'll want with it?" Now, I don't know if anybody knows, but New Mexico just legalized medical marijuana just last year. And so there's a good chance that there might be a couple people who've got the munchies out there. I don't know if there's been a rise in these kind of crimes, but, it's a possibility. And plus, if you're driving around and all of a sudden you smell something delicious, and if you see brisket cooking at 5 o'clock in the morning, I think it's a pretty safe bet that it's cooking all night. So I'm not saying that it's right to steal, but I'm saying that if I found myself in this situation, I don't know if I would do the same thing or not. I'll be honest with you. So bottom line is they took off with the trailer and the smoker, and damages were over $5,800. Now here's where the story gets interesting to me. It seems like just this year in May, Pepper's Old Fashioned Barbecue was on the Cooking Channel on a show called Big Bad Barbecue Brawl. Now, the place had reported that business had gone up since their appearance on this TV show, but they're not sure if they can afford to get a new smoker because saving up for it would make them take quite a hit. Now, I live here in Vegas, and we've had a couple different places on Bar Rescue, and whenever one of these shows takes over a restaurant or features a restaurant or a bar or something like that, the sales always go through the roof. And after that, it's the owner's job to maintain it. So I'm sure that with the extra surge, it shouldn't be too much of a burden for them to do that. But one thing that I thought was really interesting was that he made a plea saying that, they're not sure if they're going to be able to meet the demands of the customer. They don't know if, they're going to be able to handle all the jobs that they had. But if they're killing it, I don't see why that would really be a problem. Like, to me, this seems more like a marketing ploy, especially because it turns out that there wasn't even any footage of anybody stealing it. Like, if you have a big smoker like that, you would think that you would put it in a place where your security cameras could view it so you can keep an eye on it. But no, he's saying that he's hoping that other people, other businesses' security cameras caught the whole thing. And he was hoping also that somebody might have caught the smell of his delicious barbecue and would have reported, that it had been stolen. I don't know how things work in Albuquerque, but in Vegas, that shit is gone. But he said that he was just wanting to start a crowdfunding project just to try and see if he can recuperate the money for a new smoker. But personally, I think this is something to drive up prices. It's all about supply and demand. All of a sudden, you have this terrible thing happen that's making it a hardship for your business. And now in order to recuperate from that, you have to start charging more. So, I love barbecue, and I'll pay a good amount for good barbecue, but I don't know, in the era of fake news where marketing is key, I have to play devil's advocate. I have to assume that this is, if you're going to put it in a news story, first of all, why on earth is this news, except maybe they've got something worked out with the Albuquerque Journal, who's the one who ran the story, to maybe sell more barbecue. I don't know. Not a whole lot Albuquerque's not known for all that much, I guess. I mean, maybe I'm not very educated on New Mexico or anything like that, but I don't know shit about Albuquerque, except that if you're going to have a barbecue, make sure you chain it down.
Get in my belly! Come on!
And that does it for this week's edition of...
It's news! Sort of.
Well, I'm feeling like playing a whole lot of music today, so here goes another song for you guys. This one's by John Mayer. Is the guy a prick? Yeah, probably, but he definitely writes some good music. I really like this song because it basically just tells all the naysayers and all the haters to go screw themselves. So here's John Mayer with No Such Thing.
Welcome to the real world, she said to me condescendingly. Take a seat, take your life, plot it out in black and white. Well, I never lived the dream of the prom kings and the drama queens. I'd like to think the best of me is still hiding up my sleeve. And love to tell you, stay inside the lines, but something's better on the other side. I wanna run through the halls of my high school, I wanna scream at the top of my lungs. I just found out there's no such thing as the real world, just a lie you got to rise above. So the good boys and girls take the so-called right track, faded white hat grabbing credits, maybe transfers. They read all the books but they can't find the answers. And all of our parents, they're getting older. I wonder if they've wished for anything better, while in their memories, tiny tragedies. They love to tell you, stay inside the lines, but something's better on the other side. I wanna run through the halls of my high school, I wanna scream at the top of my lungs. I just found out there's no such thing as the real world, just a lie you got to rise above. I am invincible, I am invincible, I am invincible as long as I'm alive. I wanna run through the halls of my high school, I wanna scream at the top of my lungs. I just found out there's no such thing as the real world, just a lie you got to rise above. I just can't wait for my 10-year reunion. I'm gonna bust down the double doors, and when I stand on these tables before you, you will know what all this time was for.
Alright, well that does it for this week's edition of Premature Inhalation. Real quick before we go, if you happen to find yourself in Vegas next week, August 16th, over at Backstage Bar and Billiards, we have the Rockin' Comedy event. Great lineup of comedians, going to be hosted by yours truly. And afterwards, we're going to have an awesome band taking care of everybody and drink specials all night. So if you guys find yourself out here, tickets are only $5. Get out of the Vegas heat and come enjoy some great entertainment. So that's it for this week. Big thank you to everybody who tuned in to listen. Also, a big thank you to Charlie Renegade and the entire Renegade Radio family for having us. Glad to be here. So we're going to go ahead and finish off the show with another song that I wrote. This song is actually a love song because, you know, in relationships, a lot of times, you know, they're about compromise. You know, both sides have to be givers. So here's a song called Special Gift. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.
Why are you guys so sad about that? She's in a better place. Do we have any couples in the audience tonight? Husband. Alright, cool. Well, like I said, I am a big fan of love and relationships and stuff like that. So, I'd like to dedicate this to all the couples, whether you're here with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or just somebody that you're going to be fucking tonight. It's all good. It's all about sharing the love. So, actually, this song is supposed to be dedicated to somebody. Hold on 1 second. This happened last minute. Where's Mina? Where's Mina? Okay. Hey, Mina. How are you? I heard you just turned 21. Happy birthday, Mina. That's fucking awesome. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and dedicate this song to you, then. It's a love song, don't worry. Yeah, oh, good. Sometimes I sit around and I think of all the good times that we had. When we talk, we both can agree that even at our worst, things weren't so bad. That's why I'm glad I have you around when life seems stuck in a rut. So I'd like to thank you, cause when I wanted to, you let me stick it in your butt. Oh yeah. Sha-la-la-la-la, stick it in your butt. Oh, it feels so good. When you look back over your shoulder and you see me standing there, we both know what comes next, and you smile at me like you don't have a care. Pull your cheeks aside and find a place for me to hide. I'm talking about my penis, girl. I'm so glad that you don't mind it. Drives me wild each time I stick it in your butt. Oh, it's just the tip at first. Sha-la-la-la, stick it in your butt. Shut up, I said it first. Every time we're done, I know you care cause you deal with the runs. No, I care too, cause I'm always bringing anal lube, and I don't mind the smell of your poo. Now I've wondered why, even though I heard you moan, you never cry. Then you tell me why, that it's better than getting a love shot in your eyes. Baby, please understand that I wanna be your lover and not your fucking man. And I kiss you before I go, but it's hard with a dirty Sanchez under your nose. Dirty Sanchez underneath your nose. You got shit on your nose, girl.